Hey everybody, Chris here. We had a decision point for Dogecoin. We're going to talk about that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. We were live on Monday afternoon again. Another Dogecoin giveaway as well. Always good to share the love of Doge. We've got a great community here. Do consider subscribing. Become a member of the channel as well. Supports the channel. Share it as well across social media. Seeing a lot of great posts around as we continue to follow this bearish setback. That's right, the pullback that we've seen could still be in an overall 4-year cycle, and we could be still in an overall bull market despite this prolonged bearish pullback. That is still what I'm looking at. I know a lot of bears out there. I know it's all bear market, but we're still only in early March 2025. We've got a long way to go. I know it's a bumpy road, as I've been saying, but let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the news and the charts. I'll show you what I'm looking at. We start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart, and here we are right over 16 cents. That's right, we had a dip down to 14.4 last night. That was pretty scary. Touching the bottom of a downward channel, bouncing off again. So we will be watching that, but this is starting to show some signs of recovery here today. I made the recovery rebound video yesterday, and we were starting to see that in the morning, and then the stocks opened and dumped the whole crypto market because the whole stock market went down as well. I'll show you what stocks look like pre-market this morning in just a minute. But from 14.4 back up to 16, trying to hold on to 16 now is where Dogecoin is, and Bitcoin did recover back up to 81K. We bounced off the top of this purple box. This purple box extends from 76.5 all the way to 69.5. That 69.5 bottom of that box, that is the previous cycle's all-time high. And as I said in the live stream yesterday, I think that if Bitcoin drops below the all-time high from the previous cycle, that's 69K, then we are in a bear market. I will give in and say bear market, but I'm not there now. This is a bounce back up to 81K. This is looking strong as the beginning of a recovery from all of the negative news that we've had for the past couple months surrounding the Trump presidency, from the Trump token all the way through tariffs, inflation, but there are signs of recovery on that economic front as well. Trump even said there's going to be some disruption at the start of his presidency, and he has echoed that a number of times, and there's some pain there, but we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But unfortunately, we also have, and you're going to be hearing a lot about this coming up, a death cross. That's right, on the Dogecoin chart. Again, these are only on the daily, and it's only with the 50 and the 200. That is the official death cross. People make death crosses of all different kinds of moving averages, but this is the official one. And Dogecoin's going to hit it here probably this weekend, would be my guess. Maybe on Friday. We'll be watching this. It's going to hit, unless Dogecoin makes a miraculous quick recovery back up to 25 cents. Otherwise, you're going to be hearing all about this death cross. No, death cross doesn't mean anything about the future because it only reflects what has happened in the past. And in our live stream yesterday, we did scroll back and we looked at some previous death crosses that Dogecoin has had. And on some of them, actually, Dogecoin went on a big run a few days after the death cross hit, as opposed to just continuing to fall. But the death cross does show a bearish tendency. When you have a big pullback like we've had with Doge, the death cross typically follows. But that doesn't mean, again, what's going to happen going forward. Right now, pre-market, the Tesla comeback story, what's going to be happening. Look, the futures are in the green, even gold in the green this morning. So that's a recovery. There's a huge pullback on Monday, yes, but it's starting to look like we're set to rise. NASDAQ, S&P 500, Dow set to rise after brutal sell-off. Yes, it was in the stocks. Of course, crypto always gets hit harder. And I admit I was wrong about the CME gap, back from November at 77K. People had thought that it had closed it before, and I said, no, it didn't close it. So that doesn't have to happen. And of course, Bitcoin had recovered all the way, back up to like 90K. And I was like, see, it didn't have to. And then it did close it. Completely filled that huge gap that we had down to 77K. So now we can go forward. And now that's it, right? Well, they also, of course, took out a bunch of leverage longs there too. We've been covering that leverage position for a long time. Crypto Rover was like, look, Bitcoin max pain seems reached. All the longs are liquidated. Time for the massive short squeeze now, because we've taken out all of these longs all the way down. So let's go get some of these shorts. Now, is it going to be a true short squeeze? Probably not. Not like you see like in stock markets that are overly shorted. But it'd be nice to take out some of these shorts up here, get up into the upper 80s, into 95. This huge, there's like hundreds of millions of dollars up here in shorts. But I don't see anything in the immediate horizon that's going to be causing this huge run up. Let's just call this a recovery right now, this rebound, like we were talking about yesterday. That is still in the cards. Crypto Rover says, look, the U.S. inflation is crashing. We want to see these inflation numbers. This is the sort of the true impact of inflation that's happening now, and we are seeing a big decline. This is just the start. This doesn't mean that next week's FOMC meeting is going to be talking about rate cuts yet, and everyone's going to all freaked out. It's like, oh, no more rate cuts. But the next FOMC we were looking on the schedule isn't until May, which unfortunately doesn't help us in April when we're kind of forecasting a nice run on crypto. We'd like to have that interest rate cut to help propel equities and crypto, and that may not happen. But Trump's master plan is working. He will force the Fed to cut rates. But it's an eventual thing right now. But once that happens, stocks, Bitcoin, crypto will explode. It's just going to take a little while again. And I know some of you are still bears, but that inflation data is starting to look better. AO says, look, Bitcoin is ready for a huge bounce. If we're following this upward trend overall in this bull market, this is back from early 2023, and we get these bounces on the RSI, and if we're in that bounce position again on the relative strength index, that is looking very positive. Michael Vanderpop says, a lot of altcoins have given back their entire run from last year. And we were watching that. Even Solana's like much lower than it was before the early November U.S. presidential election. But that's nothing new. It happened in 2016, happened in 2020. It's happened again. These floor levels, the new rally starts, and this one is going to be way higher than the numbers of 2024. That's what Michelle says. Trader Tardigrade, yesterday look, Dogecoin's daily candle about to close below the last support level at 17.5. Next, Doge potential reversal levels are 14.3 and 12.8. So 14.3, well, we hit that. 14.3 we hit. But now we're moving back to 16 cents. I don't know if we're going to come all the way down here to 12.8, but Alan was kind of negative there last night when he posted this because there was a lot of negativity. We saw this pullback continuing, led by, again, the pullback in the stocks. But this morning, because Doge is up, Alan gives us a nice Dogecoin ready for a massive bull run. So here we are with another chart, again, looking back at the 4-year cycles and very similar patterns, chart patterns that have happened. Is this the reversal we're looking for? Is this finally the rebound? And even Ali this morning says, hey, Doge showing signs of potential rebound as the TD sequential indicator flashes a buy signal on the daily chart. So Ali likes to show these whenever they show up. This one's on the daily. It's not some weird time frame. So that's very positive as well. Of course, I made this rebound video yesterday, and everyone would say, no, it's just going down, Chris, just going down. And I'm just like, maybe I was a little ahead of myself by a day or so, but this is what's happening. And look, we're waiting for House of Doge and the Dogecoin Foundation, and what are they going to say? But yesterday, it's like, who thinks we should create Doge soda? If we did, what flavors would be so Doge with Doge soda? We're just waiting. Hey, wait, what's the big news here? Are we going to start making soda products? And how about this one? Doge soda. Now, you can make these with AI, right? AI can create these things. Maybe House of Doge is just having a little fun here. But we're like, guys, what are the big partnerships? What's the big deal? We're waiting. I mean, this is fun, and this is all in the theme of Doge doing only good every day and all of that. But there's a much bigger thing out there that we're anticipating with Doge. The Dogecoin price chart pattern suggests massive run. I don't believe the massive run yet. We fell below 18. When this article was written, trading around 17.6. Technical analysis point to 16 cents as vital support. We lost that yesterday. And so, again, if 16 support holds, some analysts project potential up to $2. We looked at that yesterday. That was, of course, with our friend Ali, right? Turning bullish again and said, oh, we're just going to bounce off 16 and go up to $2. Well, we didn't do that. It fell below 16, fell below 15 last night. It was in the 14s and everyone was freaking out. 14-cent Doge. And here's the chart that represented that fall down that we had last night. That was pretty tough to see, down to 14.4 on the dip. But recovery is starting to look okay. And we will see whether the breakdown, that was the low of this part of the cycle on the pullback. I'll show you the overall view of that in just a minute. So minor recovery has been observed above 15 cents. This represents the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level of the recent downward movement. So those that are into technical analysis, there is some support for this rebound in the movement. However, the drop from 18 cents down to 14.4 did happen. The bearish trend line had formed on an hourly chart. And so now the trend line provides resistance back up to 16.8. That will be the next hurdle to overcome as we come back. And on yesterday's rebound video, I also saw what the bigger challenges were, at 22 cents, 24 cents. Those are all going to be resistance levels as we move up. But the downward risk still remains if support fails. Again, Doge did break below 16 cents, dipped below 14, and went down to 14.5, 14.4, right in there on the dip. So main support level at 14.2, that still holds. That still holds. So Doge appears at a decision point. Either it will find support at the lower boundary of its channel and potentially reverse, or it will break lower and extend the bearish trend. So again, we look at this. Again, we hit the bottom of the channel. This is my channel overall, sloping down where Ali shows this bigger one with this upward slope. I'm like, this is where we are right now, is we've hit the bottom of the channel. We're starting to show a recovery and rebound, and we will see whether the bulls then take over from here, or are we going to have another dip down for the bears? Our friend Gel, Crypto Gel, reminds us in the 4-year cycles for Bitcoin, we had pullbacks during bull markets. And I've shown this before. He has this updated per the most recent pullback of 28%. And of course, on the biggest dip all the way down to 75, 74K, we did see, well, not quite 75, right? I guess it hit 76.5 on the pullback. So this was around 30% on this pullback. And it was a bear market, 30% pullback, that's a bear. But look, we had 32, we had 22, 22, 20, all in this bull cycle. Last bull cycle, we had big pullbacks, even one that was 32%. 32% pullback in a bull market. And we come back right up here, 2017, we had 34, 40, 41, huge pullbacks. Those weren't bear markets, right? They were pullbacks. And then we recovered and went higher. That is still in the cards here. I know this has been extended. It's gone on for 3 months now, but the overall view is still in 4-year cycles, if they are still in play. This is a bearish pullback in an overall bull market still, and we will see how that plays out. Let me know in the comments below. Bear market, bull market, that's what we talked about yesterday. Are you fearful still of going lower, buying on dips, or are you just out of Doge completely, waiting for price to be lower to buy back in? Give the video a like if you haven't already. Please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.